They say when you really want to solve a problem, you have no choice but to go to the source. There is no point in crying wolf by simply looking at the external picture on show. I am here referring to that now infamous picture of Rahul Gandhi standing in a tight clinch with habitual India baiter Jeremy Corbyn and the one-time India Telecom czar Sam Pitroda. If you ask me, Corbyn and Pitroda are not really the problem. Jeremy Corbyn is simply in a long line of some Western politicians who love to bait India on real or imagined issues. We all know of Jeremy's love for the Mirpuri British Muslim vote, which loves to bait India on the Kashmir issue. Sam Pitroda is the man more famous for his ill-thought Jo Hua So Hua remarks on the 1984 Sikhs massacre rather than his stint when he kick-started the computer age in India during Rajiv Gandhi's tenure. Frankly, Sam Pitroda is a figure from the past, a has-been. And so is Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy is shaded even within his own party, that is the Labour Party. Both Pitroda and Corbyn don't really matter. The picture has value only in the sense that it shows Rahul Gandhi's state of mind to make pronouncements like that India is a mere union of states and not a nation. The picture is important only so far how people opposed to the unity of the country are coming together on a platform and who is driving them to do it. The picture is important also in the sense to give us a clue of the real picture of the men and women working overtime to dismantle the federal nature of our polity and question the very basis on what makes India a nation and not a mere collection of states. Hi and welcome all to the CAA show. CAA, as all of you know, is Conversations and Analysis, and my name is Juggi Bhasin. To join our show, press the big red subscriber button on your screen, and subscription is of course completely free. So the person who has orchestrated and planned Rahul Gandhi's outreach at Cambridge, which is now soaked in an ugly controversy, is a person by the name of Dr. Shruti Kapila. Dr. Shruti Kapila is a professor of history at Cambridge. Her claim to fame is that she has written books and contributed articles on India's political journey. Her views are left liberal and woke, raised to the power of 2x, and it goes without saying that she is bitterly opposed to Modi, the man, and his government. I will talk a little later of what all she has probably put in Rahul Gandhi's head. But first, a word. Why did Rahul Gandhi feel the need to take inflammatory advice from a person of the likes of Shruti Kapila? And in exploring this theme lies the heart of the problem for the Congress party, run in proprietorship fashion by Rahul Gandhi. Now, have you ever seen a Kirana shop owner and the way that owner treats his employees? Barring some honorable exceptions, the owners by and large treat their employees with contempt and often scolding. Now, something similar is the case with Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. Time and time again, Rahul Gandhi has given proof that he is distant and quite contemptuous of the seasoned workers in the party. The fact of the matter is that the Congress today might have lost its bearings, but at any given point in time, it still commands the trust of more than 20% of vote share in the country. There are still party veterans who, with their experience and campaigning skills, can give tough fights to the BJP. And don't forget, before BJP usurped the rights of nationalism to its core thinking and ideology, the Congress at one point in time was a party of choice that espoused nationalism and patriotism in equal measure. And yet, Rahul Gandhi chooses to ignore this wealth of experience in his party and runs it like a Kirana shop, where he has nothing but contempt for party insiders and veterans. He turns to people like Shruti Kapila for advice, who on the ground are not even capable of winning a minor position in the Residents' Welfare Association. And such people are engaging with Rahul Gandhi and advising him. And what is the kind of advice they are offering him? Go through the conversations of Shruti Kapila, and it emerges that not only she has a paranoid hatred for Modi and all things Hindu, but she questions the Indian constitution also. She argues that the Indian constitution is incapable of meeting the so-called challenge of Modi's Hindutva march. She has time and time again said that the index of true democracy is not mere elections and who wins the popular vote. That, she argues, is just one aspect of a true democracy. There are other and equally important methods of measuring the health of a vibrant democracy. Methods, by the way, invented by the woke left liberal lobby, which find no mention in our constitution. Her recurring theme is the extrapolation of woke leftist methodology into the constitutional scheme of things. And Rahul Gandhi parrots the very same lines on stage and in his vision of India as a country which he calls a mere union of states and not a nation. For this entire lot, the mention of nationhood, patriotism, and the concept of unity and diversity is like showing a red flag before a bull. Diversity translated into a splittist ideology is the recurring motif or the leitmotif of their thinking and arguments. And Rahul Gandhi embraces this thought process hook, line, and sinker. The entire situation would have been laughable if it was not so dangerous. As I keep saying, Congress even today commands a vote share of over 20% in the country. Imagine this 20% buying into Rahul Gandhi's arguments that India is not a single entity or a nation, but a disparate collection of states who should be doing what they think is best for them. This is what some say is the true meaning of chaos theory or even a scorched earth policy. It roughly translates into meaning, if I cannot have something, I will make sure the other side also cannot get it. So, is that the end game of the now infamous Cambridge outreach? And so, on this note, I come to the end of this episode of the CAA show. I hope you enjoyed this particular episode. If you like our show, subscribe to us. And on this note, it's goodbye and cheers from my end.